Hey guys, welcome. More Bo Jackson 1989 Kansas City replay. This is game number 122. We're going to try and get a couple games of this done. We are now, 40 games from completing this project. So I'm going to try and get a few done this week, maybe a couple this weekend, a few next week, and hopefully we can start seeing the end of the finish line. This has been a marathon. It has been a marathon to complete this project, but I got my 1990 NLDS completed, a project I was working on with Dice Baseball, was having a lot of fun with that. 6 games in and out, pretty quick and pretty short. So these season replays take a lot longer, a lot more commitment. So probably won't be doing that anymore, not for a while, anyways. But we started another project with Replay Baseball where we do the last 30 games of the season. So we're doing the last 30 games of the Toronto Blue Jays 2016 season. And yeah, that's a lot of fun because there's only 30 games. We still have 40 more games in this season after this game. So yeah, we still got a lot left in this. So I'm going to try and get a few games done. So this is game 122. It's against shoot, I forgot to change the name in the actual thing, but this is against Seattle, not Chicago. This is against Seattle. This is our third game of a 4-game series. And you can see who we're facing off against, Randy Johnson. So it's our first look at Randy Johnson. He's not faced off against Kansas City yet this season. Seattle is 2-5 against the Royals this season. But you can see, actually, Randy Johnson, 1989, not very good. 7-13, 4.82 ERA, pitched 160 and 2/3, gave up 147 hits, 130 strikeouts, 94 walks. So this must have been pretty early, I think, in his career. I'm thinking. Still trying to develop, I guess. So let's look at the lineups real quick. Kurt Stillwell at shortstop, Kevin Steitzer third, Jim Eisenreich in left, Bo Jackson DH, Danny Tartenbull in right, Pat Tabler at first, Frank White at second, Bob Boone catching, Gary Thurman in center field, Luis Aquino as the pitcher, the right-hander. For Seattle, it's going to be Harold Baines, Mr. We can't get him out for some reason, second base. Greg Briley is in left field, Alvin Davis at first, Jeff Leonard is the DH, Darren Coles in right field, Jay Bruner in center field, Jim Presley at third base, Scott Bradley at catching, and Omar Vizquel is at short. Randy Johnson, the lefty, pitching. So Johnson versus Stillwell, and we're getting things on the way here. Robbie has decided to join us. Thanks for trying to get some Bo Jackson games done and completed. Good Lord, 40 more games in this season. Possible error in a throw, so 2-5. It's going to be ground ball, and there is an error on Reynolds as he throws it over the head of Davis, and it's going to be a one-base error. So getting on with the error is Kurt Stillwell. That brings up Kevin Steitzer against Randy Johnson, the big lefty, and he walks Kevin Steitzer. So far, so good for Kansas City here in the top of the first. Jim Eisenreich, 269, 3-6. And that's going to be ground ball hit to second. Advancing on the play, but it's going to be ground ball double play. Runner on third with Bo Jackson due up. Jackson will get a wild pitch. No, just outside the range. Reroll. 4-3, and he's going to strike out Jackson on that one. And that's going to be no runs, no hits, one error. We go to the bottom of the first. Luis Aquino, let's actually look at him. 4-6 with a save, 4.01 ERA, 94 and a third. 109 hits, 33 strikeouts, 18 walks. Let's see if Luis Aquino can get through this Seattle lineup 3-2 against a right-hander. It's going to be ground ball back to Aquino. Tosses it to Tabler, one away. Greg Briley, left fielder, 24. Oh, great. Another range play. Our favorite. 2-2. That's going to be a double, and Tabler cannot take it. So Leadoff double for, I'm sorry, one out double for the Marlins. Brings up Alvin Davis for 5, trying to get this project near completion. That's going to be ground ball to short, advancing on the play, and out at first. Defense with 2 outs will play back against Jeff Leonard. 31, Jeff Leonard. 24, it's going to be a pop-up high, still on the edge of the grass, makes the catch, and that is no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the top of the second. Danny Tartanbull, and Tartanbull's waiting on a good pitch here. 1 comes, and it's going to be ground ball hit to Valquez at short. 1 away, Pat Tabler for 3. No strikeout, fouls that one off. 61, he's going to ground ball to Valquez, scoops it up as he runs in and tosses it across the diamond in time. 2 away for Frank White, 246 average. Possible error in a throw for 3, and that's not going to be an error because it's caught in right field. So we go to the bottom of the second. Darren Coles, 167 batting against Kansas City. Error on Kansas City possibly. 5-4. That's going to be a double into center, no error, but it is a leadoff double for the Mariners. Jay Bruner, 6-2. He's going to strike out on a nasty curveball by Luis Aquino. First strikeout of the game. Jim Presley, third baseman. Jim is waiting on a good pitch here. 1 comes, and it's going to be deep to center field. Thurman takes a few steps back and makes the catch for the second out. That brings up Scott Bradley. 1-2. Scott is going to strike out on a fastball on the outside corner. Swinging at the Nietzsche, as Stratomatic Delaware likes to call it. And that is going to do it. The leadoff double goes nowhere. We go to the top of the third, still scoreless. 0-0. Bob Boone, 265 average. And he looks at a pitch outside and in the dirt by Randy Johnson. He's going to get the leadoff walk, and he's going to try to steal. And this time he's in there. Stolen base by Bob Boone, not known as quite a stealer, being a catcher. That is actually, we'll have to look when next time Boone comes up how many steals he has on the season. That might be his first or second of the season. Gary Thurman is up, the center fielder, and he's going to strike out on a ball in the dirt, but a little aggressive swing there. So 1 out, 1 on for Kurt Stillwell. 226, and he's going to walk. So runners at first and second here as Randy Johnson a little wild on his throwing here. Kevin Steitzer, third baseman. And Steitzer waits on a good one. Here it comes. It falls in there, and he's going to line that in past Reynolds. And that's going to go for a fielder's advance. He's going to be forced out, fielder's choice. So runners at the corners now. 2 away for Jim Eisenreich. Still scoreless here in the top of the third. 3-5, and we got a Kingdome check here. So the Kingdome shows us a single into center field. In comes the run. Steitzer round second. Here comes the throw to third. The slide. Tag not in time, and run scores. Runner advances to third on the play. They are going to try the pickoff. That is a 20. So there is an error on the pickoff attempt. 16-20. Randy Johnson throws it wide, trying to get Jim Eisenreich at first base, and coming in to score is going to be Steitzer on the pickoff error, and going to second is going to be Eisenreich as the ball goes all the way into the dugout, and 2 runs across for Kansas City. That brings up Bo Jackson, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and right-hander waits on the pitch. Here it comes, 1-4. Against the lefty is going to be a single, and that's going to score Eisenreich. That's the 3rd run for Kansas City this inning. So RBI by Bo Jackson. Danny Tartabull, 262 average. And he's going to walk. And Johnson's all over the place here in the third inning. He's had 4 walks, only 2 strikeouts. Pat Tabler, he goes down, though, as Randy Johnson nails that one in there. Fastball 96 miles an hour right at the knees. And that is going to be 3 runs on 2 hits and an error, helping Kansas City jump out to a 3-0 lead here. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Omar Vazquez, the shortstop, he looks at a low ball. He lets that one go. 6-2. That's going to be past White into center field. Right back up the middle. They got the lead-up runner aboard. That brings up Harold Reynolds. He's going to fly to center field. First out of the inning. Greg Briley for 6. He's going to walk. So 2 on for Seattle here as the Mariners trying to get some runs back here in the third inning. 1-1. Alvin Davis batting only 148, and he's going to fly out to right field. No advancement by Valquez. Jeff Leonard, the DH. 24, and a range play. This is going to be dangerous. 3-4. It's going to be to Eisenreich. Eisenreich is going to make the play there in left field. 3-4. Just want to make sure. Yep, Eisenreich makes the play, takes a single away. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the top of the 4th. KC 3, Randy Johnson and his team 0. Al, Red Sox fan, is here. Welcome, Al. Look at who we're facing off against. Randy Johnson here. And Randy Johnson has been wild today. Look at this. Unbelievably. Randy Johnson here, we're only in the top of the 4th inning, has thrown 5 walks and only 3 strikeouts in 3 innings pitched so far. So Bob Boone, we do want to check on Bob Boone. Remember, he just stole the base. And in fact, believe it or not, that is his 3rd stolen base of the season. So in the, I believe it was the 2nd inning, Bob Boone with his 3rd steal of the season. Let's see if Bob Boone can get a hit to 5. The right-hander, 25. That's going to be a double. And the lead, 3. So lead runner advances. So lead runner advances, and the throw home, it's not in time. Frank White comes all the way around to score. And the throw is less than or equal to 2, is not less than or equal to 1. So not advancing on the throw home. Bob Boone stays at second base, but an RBI double for Bob Boone as he drives in Frank White for the 4th run for Kansas City. Gary Thurman, 51. Gary Thurman waits on a pitch. That's going to be ground ball back to Johnson. Johnson looks back the runner and throws to first in time. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Back up to the top of the lineup, Kurt Stillwell. And Stillwell doesn't strike out. He's looking at a pitch. It's a fly ball to Briley, and it's an easy play there for the left fielder. Kevin Steitzer, 3-5. And another walk by Randy Johnson. Unbelievable. So Randy Johnson is actually ineffective at this point. He's got a 0 and is ineffective. You don't have to remove them when they're ineffective, but it just gives you a nice gauge to let you know this pitcher is not having a good outing. Jim Eisenreich, 2-3. Possible error. There's already been 2 errors on Seattle. 4-3. No error this time as that's a fly ball out to left field. Well, that'll be 1 run and 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Casey up 4-0. Luis Aquino pitching well today for the Royals, facing off against Darren Coles. That's going to be ground ball down the line. Steitzer comes in, grabs it, throws across. Aquino ducks out of the way, and it gets to first base Tabler. And gets away on the throw, actually. As Steitzer throws it wide, it's a base hit for Darren Coles on the wide throw by Steitzer. Steitzer, come on. That brings up Jay Bruner, 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Aquino. Aquino has 2 strikeouts so far. Another range play. Good golly, what are you doing to me, guys? This time it's to White, but he cannot make the play as that one's going to get by him. And rounding second, heading to third is Darren Coles. There's 2 runners on, no one out here. Kansas City will give up the run, play back, see if they can get the double play. Jim Presley 2-6. Jim Presley, 55, against the right-hander's ground ball. It's hit to Steitzer. Is the base runner going to? Yes, he is. Will the defense try for the out at home? No, they won't. And they do not get the ground ball double play. So scoring, force out at second. Fielder's choice as Jim Presley gets down the line just in time to beat out the double play. But that does give the Mariners their first run of the ball game. 5-3, we have a Kingdome check here for Scott Bradley. And that's going to be a double into center field. And everyone holds because the 0 is less than 1. So no advancement anywhere. If the base runner is less than 1 or 6 or greater, then everyone automatically advances. So he will stay, unfortunately, because the lead runner would have been thrown out if he would have gone. Too bad. But runners at second and third, 1 away for Omar Vasquez. He's 1 for 1, batting .250 against the Royals. Now, do you intentionally walk him to set up the double play? Do you play in? I think we're going to play in. Hopefully we won't get a range play. Luis Aquino, here's the pitch. It's going to be good, no walk. Vasquez, 2-3. It's going to be a fly ball. It's going out to Tartanbull. And show runner on, it looks like the sacrifice fly is deep enough. Now the runner on second fly out chart. And he's a 0, so he's not going anywhere. It wasn't deep enough. But 2 runs in for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 4th as they trying to get back into this game. 6-5, no walk again. Here, Harold Reynolds, 2-3. He's going to pop that up on the edge of the grass. Is White, takes a few steps to his left, gets caught, and catches it. But Luis Aquino gives up 2 runs and 2 hits with the error. It's now 4-2 going to the top of the 5th inning. The big unit, that's right. I forgot that was his nickname. Bo Jackson, 1 for 2 with a strikeout, and make that 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts as Randy Johnson gets Bo to swing and miss. That brings up Danny Tartanbull. We have a Kingdome check here for Tartanbull. 26, ground ball hit to Reynolds. He scoops that one up, throws to Davis in time. 2-away quickly here, and no strikeout, and even with the plus there, so interesting. Pat Tabler gets a reprieve there. 3-5, that's going to be a single. Presley and Vasquez, neither one of them can make the play. So 1 on, 2-away for Frank White, and that's another Kingdome check. And it's going to be a single plus, and as he tries to stretch it into a double, he's thrown out at second base. Tries to stretch it out as Briley guts it in quick, tosses it to Reynolds. Reynolds with the quick tag, and unfortunately, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-2 KC. Greg Briley, 1 for 1 with a double. This time, Aquino gets him with his 3rd strikeout of the game. Alvin Davis, 1-2, and would have been nice to have back-to-backs. 41, this is going to be a liner right at Tabler. He sticks his glove up, protecting his face, catches it for the out. 2 quick outs here for Jeff Leonard due up. Aquino and the curveball, here it comes, and he's going to get under that one. Eisenreich camps under it. He waits, he makes the catch. Randy Johnson comes back out for the 6th inning, facing off against, all of a sudden, the very hot-hitting Bob Boone. He's 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, and a stolen base for Bob Boone, the catcher today. 51, and Bob Boone waits on the pitch. Here it comes. 21. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. One away. Gary Thurman, the center fielder. And that is going to be an auto single. And that's going to be it for Randy Johnson. As they've seen enough, he's given up 4 runs. That is 7 hits. And see who they're going to be bringing in. They're going to be bringing in Bill Swift to come in. Bill Swift, let's see if he's 1 for 1, 234, 7 2/3, 8 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Alrighty, they're going to put on the hit and run. Kansas City does not hit and run much, so let's try that against Billy Swift. And we got a Kingdom check here. 1-2, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. And advancing on the play as they put the hit and run on Thurman, so the only play is at first. So they got out of the double play by putting on the hit and run. Al, Red Sox fan, one of his favorite maneuvers, the hit and run. Kevin Steitzer, he'll get a possible error check here. 2-3, that's going to be a pop-up to Presley. And it's a 17. He's at 1 to 16 on an error check, and they rolled a 17, so no error. Dave Gardner, thank you so much for coming by. That is no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-2 KC in our 1989 season replay of the Kansas City Royals, starring Bo Jackson, Jim Eisenreich, Kurt Stillwell, Kevin Steitzer, Danny Tartabull, Frank White, Bob Boone, Gary Thurman. Up 4-2, Luis Aquino pitching well for the Royals today, 3-2. He'll facing off against Darren Coles, who's 1 for 2 with a double. He's got one into left field, 15 though. Making the play out there is Eisenreich. He's going to take that one and corral it just in time before that one hits the turf here at the Astrodome, or the Kingdome, sorry. 2-4, and range play. Oh, great. Another range play. 5-3. That's going to be the Thurman, who cannot get it. It's over his head. That's going to fall in for a single. And that brings up Jim Presley. Bottom of 6, 1 out. I don't think Presley's going to be sacrificing, even though it did roll that 5-3. A Kingdome check here for Jim Presley. 66 is going to be a home run check. And that one is going, caught out in center field. Caught out there by Thurman. So that one took a ride, just did not go deep enough. Scott Bradley, the catcher. And 3-2 count. Here comes a fastball. Bradley couldn't catch up to that one, and he goes down on strikes. So that's going to end the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Mr. Rear Admiral himself, Quentin Parks, has now arrived. Thank you so much. Bill Swift, is that the same Bill Swift who won 20 for the Giants? I don't know. This is unknown to me. Sorry, could be. Billy Swift against Jim Eisenreich. Eisenreich is 1 for 3 on the day. 45, and against the lefty versus righty, so 6, but the dice is outside the range. So Eisenreich waits on the next pitch. It's a 21. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, 1 away. Bo Jackson 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts on the day. Let's see what Bo can do against the right-hander. 4-3 against the right-hander's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Danny Tartabull 0 for 2 with a walk. 46, and no hit by pitch there by Billy Swift. And that one's going to be ground ball down the line to Davis. He's going to take it to the bag himself. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Everyone gets to stretch to take me out to the ball game and take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and some Cracker Jack, 'Cause I don't care if I never, never come back. So it's root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes are out at the old ball game. And in the meantime, every time I do that, the home team always gets like 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 errors. And just like that, 2 men aboard with no one out. And that's going to be it for Luis Aquino. Aquino was trying to get him through 7, but they couldn't do it. So the Royals are going to go to the bench. They're going to be bringing in Terry Leach. Terry Leach is coming in. Terry Leach so far in the season, 3.42. He has 3 saves, 6 and 6 average. Let's see if he can hold things down for the Royals here in the bottom of the 7th. Greg Briley, 21, no strikeout against the left-handers. And that's going to be Liner right at first base. Can Tabler get the double play? Yes! Coming off of first, just a little too far. Harold Rounds, he could not get back in time. Tagged out by the first baseman, Pat Tabler. And that's going to be a double play unassisted by Pat Tabler. You gotta love that. Congratulations on that to Pat Tabler. Robbie says, you missed a great stream from Ron. Clinton Parr says, no, I watched a great stream. Ron knows my game well. Robbie replied back, yeah, I'm starting to get into National Pastime 3 to bought the game. Left him a note and a thumbs up. Remember, everyone, just slap that like and thumbs up button. So thank you, Quentin Park, for that. And wanted to know what season. And of course, we have Mrs. Al Red Sox fan Bobby has arrived in the chat. So thank you, Bobby, for coming by. Bobby is Al's Twitter wife, so we'll just call her Mrs. Al from now on. That'll be her nickname. I'm starting with 2018 to start with as my free season, says Robbie. Alrighty, and Todd B has arrived. Thank you, Todd, for coming by. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Great unassisted double play by Pat Tabler. Hopefully that'll inspire Kansas City to not give up any more runs. 3-2. Alvin Davis 0 for 3 on the day. 5-4. That's going to be a ground ball to Stillwell. Flips it over to White, and that's going to do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And we go to the top of the 8th. Billy Swift in some relief work here against Pat Tabler. 1-for-3 on the day. And striking out Pat Tabler. 0-2 count. He wasn't ready for the curveball. Fell in there nicely for Billy Swift. Frank White 1-for-2 with a walk. And Frank White could get hot. That would be very nice. He's going to fly this one. Got under it a little bit too much. And Bruner in center field makes the catch. 2 away for Bob Boone. 6-5. Bob Boone waits on the pitch. Here it comes. And it's going to be a grounder right down the line. Davis takes it to the bag himself. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning. Terry Leach comes back out for the bottom of the 8th. He'll be facing off against Jeff Leonard. Leonard looks at a 3-2 count and fouls one off. Next pitch, fastball right down the middle. Didn't swing, couldn't see it. It was in there. Terry Leach first strikeout. Darren Coles, the right fielder. Possible error on a ground ball check. 35. That is going to be a fly ball to center. 2 away. Jay Bruner, the center fielder. And that's a range play. Oh, goodly golly. 3-3. That's going to be down to Steitzer. Failed it. That's a base hit. Cannot guard that line. Steitzer. Jim Presley tying run is at the plate, but he goes down in an 0-2 pitch as Terry Leach fools him with this nasty slider. We go to the top of the 9th, 4-2 KC. Thank you everyone for coming out, so appreciate that. Gary Thurman against Billy Swift. Swift's trying to get through this, and another strikeout. So Billy Swift has reached his limit. Kurt Stillwell 0 for 3 and no walk, unfortunately. And a 21, he's going to get a single, and that's going to be it for Billy Swift. They were hoping to get him through this, but he just couldn't make it. So Tom Tom Nidenfauer. Tom Nidenfauer. And I'm sure if I'm mispronouncing that, my good friend out there, Rear Admiral Quentin Parks, will jump on that for me. So far, not much to show against Kansas City for Tom Nidenfauer. So the righty comes in to face off against Steitzer 3-4. That's a possible error check, and that won't be an error. And it will be a ground ball 3-6-3 double play. And that's going to do it for KC. So coming in to try and close this one out for your Royals. Let's see. Rick Lukens is going to try and come in to close this one out. Let's see. We haven't pitched Rick Lukens much. He has a save of 134, 6 2/3 is all we've seen from him all season. 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, only 2 walks. Let's see if he can do this. Need and fewer. That's what I think I said. Need and fewer. Yeah, I think that's what I said. So Rick Leakins is coming in for KC. Not much work for the season. He's going to be facing off against Scott Bradley. 5-4, possible error check. Scott Bradley, the catcher, 5-4. Fly ball to left. Eisenreich gets under it. No error on Eisenreich. Omar Velazquez, he's 2 for 2, so we're going to leave him in there. 1-1, wild pitch we can ignore because there's no one on base. 6-6, and 0-2 slider fooled him completely. Swinging at the Nietzsche, as Stratomatic Delaware likes to call it. And that's going to be a strikeout. The Mariners down to their last out, and Mr. Harold Baines. Today he's 0 for 3, but normally we can't get this guy out for the life of us. 3-5. Oh, just missed. Foul tipped that one out of the glove of Bob Boone. Boone's upset. It looked like it was a little batter interference, but 6-2. 6-2 is going to be a ground ball. Tabler is going to take it, and that's going to do it as Kansas City defeats Seattle 4-2. And Seattle falls to 2 wins and 6 losses against Kansas City. Kansas City is going to improve to 70-52 as they take the 3rd game of this 4-game series against Seattle. Let's save the statistics here, and we'll quickly go in. We are going to be doing a doubleheader, guys, so if you want to stick around for a few more minutes, we are going to be doing a doubleheader. Kansas City had 7 hits. They had 1 double, no triples, no home runs, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 stolen base by Bob Boone, the catcher, unbelievable. They hit into 2 double plays and 1 error on Steitzer. For your Mariners, 8 hits. They had 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. They had hit into 1 double play and an error on Harold Baines. Actually, that was the first play of the game, I believe, was the error on Harold Baines. As you can see here, all the runs, or 3 of the 4 runs, came in 3rd inning. 1 in the 4th inning, Kansas City took a 4-2 lead. Seattle came back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, but that's all they could muster against the masterful pitching by the Kansas City Royals. The win goes to Luis Aquino. He improves to 5-6. The loss goes to Randy Johnson, 0-1. The save, Rick Lukens, his 2nd of the season. I'm going to put things on mute for a second as we get game number 2 set up and ready to go. All right, we are back with some sound here. So we turn off the I'm sorry, leave that on. We turn the sounds off and the injuries off. And it looks like Charlie Rebrand. Oh no, not Charlie. Charlie Rebrand's going to be pitching this game against Brian Holman. The lineups today, we're going to be using historic lineups, as you can see. And it looks like this player, whoever played in this game, which I will tell you who it was, is not in next game here. This is going to be the sixth position. That is going to be, is actually going to be Ken Griffey Jr. is not in the lineup today. Ken Griffey Jr., he does, yeah, he does. Why is he not in the lineup? 6, center field. Ken Griffey, why did they not put him in center field? That's interesting. Normally they would have had that, but we're playing ball. Slide this back over. For some reason, it likes to pop up to the top edge of your screen. Great coding on that. Don't you love that? All right, so we're going to be doing a doubleheader. This is game number 123 of the season, and this is the last game against Seattle of our 4-game series. Looks like we got Brian Holman versus Charlie Rebrand, and things can get out of control really fast. Quickly, the lineup: Stillwell, Steitzer, Brett, Jackson, Eisenreich, Tartanbull, Buckner, Billy Buckner, everyone's Red Sox favorite fan, Mike McFarland, and Bill Pacoda. So a couple backups in the lineup today, and a not great pitcher for Kansas City, Charlie Rebrand. They're going up against Reynolds, Cotto, Davis, Coles, Bruner, Ken Griffey Jr., Jim Presley, Dave Vale, Mario Diaz, and Brian Holtzman. Let's look at Holtzman. 0-2 against Kansas City. Well, that's a good thing. 7.32. Pitched 12 and a third. 18 hits, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks. Let's see if we can improve our record. Right now, we are 18 games above 500. That is not bad. Going into this game, Kansas City was 70. They were 69 and 53 going into this game. So we're one game above what they were in real life, just so you know. Let me check on the chat before I get diving into this. Okay. Just wanted to see if anybody had any questions for anything. Brian Holtman does not have a winning record against the Royals, so let's see if that continues. And Kurt Stillwell leads the game off on a walk. And then they're going to try the pickoff. 15, no pickoff. Kevin Steitzer, 5-3. And Steitzer swings on a 2-2 curveball. Strikes out. George Brett back in the lineup today. 6-1, and this is going to be a kingdom check. Ground ball right in front of the plate. Vale picks it up, and roll is greater than. Yep, so he's forced out as Vale guns it to Diaz. Diaz throws it to Coles, but not in time. It's going to be a forced out at second, fielder's choice. That brings up Mr. Bo Jackson, having himself probably his best season as a Royal. This is game number 98. He's had 380 at-bats, 64 runs, 76 RBIs, 22 home runs, 18 stolen bases, and a 282 average. So far, not a bad season for the two-sport athlete. And we go. Bo Jackson strikes out, and that's going to be it for the first. Oh, Charlie. He's 7-11 with a 5.06, 144 innings, 182 hits. So he gives up like 1.5 hits per inning. 71 strikeouts, only 58 walks. Well, let's see what Charlie can do to us this time. Harold Reynolds 4-3. Well, at least he didn't hit him. That's a start. 4-1, and that's going to be a fly ball to Jackson. Jackson makes the play. Henry Cotto. Henry Cotto. 3-6, and it's ground ball hit to Pacoda. Scoops it up, throws it over. 2-way, Alvin Davis. And a Kingdom check. 1-3, and it's a ground ball to Pacoda. Pacoda's busy, and Charlie Rebrandt gets a 1-2-3 inning. I think I've maybe said that 4 times this whole season with Charlie Rebrandt pitching, probably. So let's see, Brian Holtman. We'll see. It's going to be a game. He's not very good. Charlie Rebrandt's not very good. It's going to be, it should be an interesting game. I'll just say that. 4-5. That's going to be a fly ball to Dakota out in left field. Danny Tartable. And Danny's going to walk. So 1 on, 1 out for Bill Buckner. Billy, come on, Billy. He's going to pop it up to the pitcher. Billy, try to get him out of the infield, would you please? Mike McFarland, 269, backup catcher. Gave Bob Boone the day off. He's going to strike out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning by Brian Holman. Out comes Charlie Leibrandt. 3-4, and it's a range play, and here we go. 5-6, it's going to be the catcher, McFarland. And he can't make it as it's too far out in front, hustling down the line, Darren Coles. He gets there in time, no throw by McFarland, and that's going to be the first hit given up by Charlie Leibrandt. That brings up Jay Bruner, the right fielder, and he almost hit another one. 3-2 fly ball to Danny Tartenbull, 1 away. Ken Griffey Jr. Actually, let's look at Griffey because I think, this is only his 5th. Oh, he has played quite a few games against us. He's had 14 at-bats, 2 runs, 1 RBI, no home runs, 1 stolen base, and only batting 143. Ken Griffey, 5-4. That's a blank. We'll take a blank. 46, that's going to be ground ball down to Steitzer. Steitzer around the horn. Pacoda on to Brett. Brett stretches, makes the play. That is a 5-4-3 double play and gets us out of the inning. Woo! All righty. Good job, guys. All righty. And 1-6 will be a auto single, and that will be an auto single by Bill Pacoda. So back to the top of the lineup, Espo Strat Baseball Network. My friend, how are you doing? Thanks for coming by. Long time no see. Glad you're back in the community and starting to get your stuff rolling again. I love to see your stuff back in the day. So good to see you back and around. And hopefully everything's working out great for you, my friend. Most important of all, Robbie is my friend. Oh, look at Clinton. Clinton Parks has now got our brand new nickname given to him by our good friend Stratomatic Delaware. We call him now the Rear Admiral for all his service and time in the Navy. So congratulations to Rear Admiral Clinton Parks for all of his service to our great and wonderful country. Kurt Stillwell walked his first time up. Kurt Stillwell, 54. That's going to be a single. Passed down the line and heading around second. And here comes the throw. It's not in time. Going to third, Bill Pacoda. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Defense will play in. And try not to give up the run. Kevin Steitzer. Oh, wild pitch, 7. That is a wild pitch, and the run comes in. And moving to second is Steitzer. Brian Holman, a little wild there. That one was in the dirt 3 feet in front of the plate. Uh-oh. Home run check. At 15, it makes his check. Now we just need to get the, anytime it's a question mark, you look here first, and then you have to roll this. So we only have a 1 in 20 chance. Kevin Steitzer. Now, you might say to yourself, A 1 in 20 chance. Oh, it's never going to happen. Sure, we understand. It's very, very rare. But I did a playoff for the 2015 season. I put every team in a one and done situation. In the final game, it was Cincinnati versus the Dodgers for the one game World Series, and Mr. Uh, uh, what's his face? Billy Hamilton. Couldn't think of his name. Mr. Billy Hamilton had this exact same situation, 1 in 20. He rolled the 1, and that was the only run of the game to win it for the Cincinnati Reds. The 28th seed won my 2015 one and done tournament on a Billy Hamilton 1 in 20 home run chance. So fond memories. Let's see if Steitzer, big lead up for a big drop off, 4-5, but fly ball. Advancing on the play, though, it's deep enough to get the runner over to third, and that brings up George Brett. And George Brett, no swing, fouled that tipped off. 4-5, it's going to be ground ball, and is the runner going to try to score? Yes, of course. Will the defense try for the auto out at first? Run scores. No, they're going to try and throw home. They might as well. Yep, didn't matter. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Run does score, so KC does take a 2-0 lead. Brings up Bo Jackson. Struck out his first time up. 5-3 and no strikeout. Look at that. 19 and he rolled a 20. 3-4, and that's going to be ground ball down to Coles. And that is going to be a force out at second for the fielder's choice. So two-way. Bo Jackson's going to try and steal. He's in there. Stolen base. Bo Jackson gets in scoring position for Jim Eisenreich. 41, and Jim Eisenreich, the lefty, 44. That's a fly ball to center, and that's going to do it. But 2 runs and 2 hits, no errors. And the Royals give Charlie Rebrandt a 2-0 lead. Going into the bottom of the third, Jim Presley, 6-6, and that is going to be an auto single. Auto single, and then he's going to try the pickoff. 5-8 is a pickoff, and trying to get a big lead, Jim Presley. Charlie Rebrandt throws it over there quickly and nabs him. Charlie Rebrandt playing some defense for the Royals today. Wow. Dave Vales, he's going to strike. He doesn't strike out much, but the 1 falls into 1-3, so that is a strikeout. Mario Diaz, can Charlie Rebrandt get through 3 innings unscathed? Can he do it? Mario Diaz. That's going to be ground ball. Stillwell, no, cannot make it. It's a base runner in there. So back to the top of the lineup. Harold Baines started the game off. 0 for 1, 3-4. Another range play. Good God, Charlie, what are you doing to me? 1-5. That's going to Jackson. Jackson makes a diving stop. Full extension. Robbing that single and keeping the Royals ahead 2-0. We go to the top of the 4th. Great defense there by Bo Jackson, keeping things alive for the Royals. Danny Tartable, and nothing going there. 6-1. This is 6-1 is going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. Billy, let's see if we can get one out of the infield, please. 5-1, a range play. Come on, Billy. 3-2. Oh, no, he's hit it back to the pitcher again. Oh, fortunately, the pitcher cannot get it, but it's still an infield hit. So Billy Buckner has not got a ball twice past the pitcher yet. Billy. Mike McFarland, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Mike McFarland, righty, 2-2. That's going to be a fly ball to center. 2 away. Bill Pacoda, 2-6, and he's going to strike out, and that's going to do it. One hit, no runs, no errors. Go to the bottom of 4, still 2-0. Henry Cato, and another range play. 65 is going to be ground ball. Stillwell can't make it. That's going to get into left field for a base hit, and then Cato tries to steal, but no, McFarland guns him out. Quick tag by Stillwell, and they catch him trying to steal that bag. So good defense by the Royals. Alvin Davis, 3-5, and strikeout on a 1-2 count. Darren Coles, that is strikeout number 2 for Charlie Leibrandt. 2-3, and that's going to be no walk. And a 33. That's going to be a ground ball. Hit to Steitzer, throws it hard across the diamond. And that is going to be no runs, 1 hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 5th. 2-0 KC. A lot lower scoring game than the pitchers would make you think. Stillwell 1 for 1 with a walk. This time he's going to fly out to Ken Griffey Jr. in center field. Steitzer, he's going to have a Kingdom check here. And that one's going to down the line down to first. So 2 away. That brings up George Brett. 0 for 2. Has not done much recently. George could get on track. 3-3. That's going to be a pop-up. Reynolds on the infield and makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So the stats for the pitcher do not show the outcome, but we go to the bottom of the 5th with only a 2-0 lead. Jay Bruner, he's 0 for 1. He's going to fly ball to Bo Jackson, slaps that glove on his big thigh, and snags that ball out of the air. Ken Griffey, 0 for 1. Believe it or not, Ken Griffey only batting 133 against the Royals this season. And Ken Griffey, 6-3. That's going to be a single. Pacoda can't get that one. It was hit hard by Ken Griffey, and down to first he goes. Jim Presley, the third baseman, batting 067, but he's got a range play, so this will be a hit probably. As Bo Jackson, nope, can't make the play this time. And that one's going to fall in. So 6, so we roll another dice, which is a 2. The lead runner thrown out. So trying to go second to third, Bo Jackson throws it to Seitzer. Seitzer puts the tag down, blocks the plate, can't get his hand on the plate, and he is thrown out by Bo Jackson. If the trailing runner, base runner, which is a 3, is greater than or equal, he will advance on the throw. So he is going to advance on the throw by Bo Jackson. But the out is more important, as that is now the second out of the inning. Another outfield assist by Bo Vincent Jackson. 6-4, and there you go. That one is a souvenir out there into left field. Bo Jackson climbs up the wall, but even Bo Jackson's not good enough to catch that one, as that one lands 8 rows deep in the seats. And just like that, we got us a tie ball game. Dave Vale, that is his first home run against Kansas City on the season. 2-2 ball game. Charlie Leibrandt shaking his head off at that one, stares in at the dugout. Manager gives him the thumbs up, though. Appreciates his 5 strong innings so far. Mario Diaz, ground ball, leaves him out there to see if he can get through this 5th inning. But another single into right, that one's going to fall in front of Tartable. And the pitching coach is making their way out. They've got some men in the bullpen warming up, but they're going to leave them out there here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 away, 1-5, 2 away here. The switch hitting Harold Reynolds, 3-3. He's going to line that right at Brett. Brett snags that one onto the air, and that's going to do it. But unfortunately for the Royals, that is 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. And we are going to the top of the 6th, all tied 2-2. The big home run there, 2-run home run by Dave Vale. All righty, Bo Jackson 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 6-6 and another strikeout by Bo Jackson. Eisenreich 0 for 2 here in the top of the 6th. And Jim Eisenreich 21. That is going to be a fly ball to Ken Griffey Jr. Two of the best baseball players are well, let's go back. Not two of the best baseball players ever. Two of my favorite baseball players of all time, Bo Jackson and Ken Griffey Jr. in this game. Very nice to see that both of them on the field, in the same game at the same time. Striking out Danny Dartable for the first time, and Brian Holman. Mr. Holman is throwing a game here, folks. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Charlie Lieberbrand spent the half inning, in there talking with the manager, and they're going to send him back out here for the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if Charlie can continue his not bad pitching performance. And he's going to get himself a ground ball to Steitzer. Strong arms it across to Brett. One away. Alvin Davis 0 for 2. And that is going to be a lefty, so that's going to be an auto single. So the coach has let him know, you get into trouble, we're going to have a short leash. Darren Coles, 4-5. It's going to fly ball out to center field. Eisenreich gets that ball in. 3-4. Oh my God, another range play. 2-6. That's going to be to Pacoda. Pacoda, though, backhand scoop from his knees, throws to Brett in time. And there you go. No runs, 1 hits, no errors. Wow. And we got us a 2-2 ball game going the top of the 7th. Brian Holman, believe it or not, still 7 strength quality and 7 effective quality going into the 7th inning. Very good pitching performance. You would not guess it by his 5.90 ERAs at all. 18 innings, giving up 21 hits, 15 strikeouts, and only 6 walks. You would think he would have given up more. But we do have several of our backups including Billy Buckner, who has not actually hit a ball past the pitcher yet. And let's see, error on a throw possibly. Let's see if he can get it by the pitcher. It's down to first base, and error on Coles as he bumbles it as he tries to grab it. It's going to be a 1-base error, and that is a single and an error. Billy Buckner, welcome to second base. I don't think he's been on second base all season, so he's probably somebody should take a picture of him out there. Billy Buckner, welcome to second. Mike McFarland, the catcher, top of 7, nobody out. Not a great bunter. Buckner, actually not bad stealer. He's crafty little dude, isn't he? Crafty. He's not fast. Excuse my voice. Apologize. Cracking up like a redheaded stepchild here. Billy Buckner. Do we send him to third with nobody out? I think we. He's got a base running of 1. He is a -2. The pitcher is a minus. I believe this number is their whole rating. So I believe that's a -3. So he'd get a -5. So he'd go to 15. Now I think The longer we leave him on second base, the more pictures will be taken of him out there, and maybe we can get one posted on the internet. Billy Buckner standing on second base. A range play. Mike McFarland, 6'2", and it's going to be to Kato in left field. Kato, he makes a good diving stop there, gets up, throws it back into Presley, and keeps Buckner on second. So one away for Bill Pacoda. Maybe Buckner's hit will inspire the Royals here. And 3-2 pitch in the dirt in front of the plate. Bill Pacoda checks swing. They look down to first. They appeal. No, says the umpire. And walking down, putting 2 men on for the Royals here. And some activity out in the Mariners bullpen. 2 on. And you can see quickly it's now down to 4 and 5. These numbers will drastically as soon as you start getting hits. That is only Kansas City's 4th hit of the game. And they've had 1 error on Seattle as well. So Kurt Stillwell, range play. So back-to-back range plays. Back-to-back. And this one's going to be a single unless Koto steals it away, and no, it goes over his head as he takes a bad angle of the ball. That one is going to drop in, and of course, putting on the brakes, Billy Buckner. All the runners halfway down the line trying to catch up, but Billy's like, nope, I can't go any farther. I don't know how. Somebody's going to have to send me directions on how to get to home plate. I've only been to second base once this season. So bases loaded with 1 out. Could be a mistake there by Buckner and the third base coach not sending him. Steitzer, third baseman. 2-2, and Steitzer, 55. That's going to be into right field. 7. That's going to be a double, and that could clear the bases. And it's not going to clear the bases. God. But Buckner is able to come in. Pacoda is able to come in. Stillwell tries to make it from first all the way home. But the lead runner is thrown out as he tries to score on the play. And if the base running is greater than, it's greater than. So he will advance to third on the throw home. But they nail Kurt Stillwell. Bruner out there in right field, throws a dart to Vale. Vale with the quick tag and a lot of dirt up there, but he's called out. Going to third on the play is Steitzer, but Kansas City gets those 2 runs right back. George Brett, 0 for 3 on the day. Come on, Brett. Let's do something, buddy. Error chance on a ground ball. 21. That's going to be a double, so back-to-back doubles, and that is going to do it for Brian Holman as he was doing really, really good, and he actually pitched a complete game in this in real life. So I didn't want to change the outcome based upon things, but I'm going to pull him. Let's see. We have who coming up? Righty, lefty, righty, lefty. So they're going to be bringing in. They're going to be bringing in the venerable Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson comes in to face off against Bo Jackson. So it's you can call this kind of the Jackson 5, right? The Bo Jackson, Michael Jackson reunion. Here we go. Bo Jackson, Michael Jackson, Jackson 5. Who's going to win this matchup? And it's going to be a ballpark check. This could get interesting as Bo Jackson looks at 125. It's going out into right field. It's going, and it's going to drop in front of Bruner. And lead runner advances on the play. So George Brett comes around from second and scores. And if the roll is less than or equal to, it is less than or equal to. Advancing on the throw home is Bo Jackson. So Bo Jackson with the single RBI. And 2 RBIs, actually, as the older I'm sorry, the younger Jackson wins that matchup between Michael Jackson and Bo Jackson. So Jim Eisenreich up. He is a lefty, 0 for 3. We could use something, and all of a sudden Kansas City's broken it up open here in the top of the 7th. And Michael Jackson has walked one, and that's going to be it for Jackson as the Royals say enough of your shenanigans, Mr. Jackson. We've got to find someone that can actually throw a strike. So Jackson's day is done. Coming in is going to be righty, lefty, righty, righty. Jerry Reed is going to come in. Jerry Reed's going to come in. Reed on the day, or on the season against Kansas City, 225, 8 innings, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. So 2 on, 2 outs. A lot of activity going on here in the top of the 7th for KC. 6-2. Danny Dartenbull, the right fielder, 35. And he's going to fly out to right, and that's going to do it as the Royals take a 6-2 lead, which can now allow Charlie Rebrandt to come back out and see if he can lose this game yet for us. Ken Griffey Jr., the lefty, he's waiting on a good pitch. Here one comes. It's a ball to left field, and it's going to drop in. There you go, Charlie. Jim Presley's 2 for 2. Let's see if we can get out a... And no, Charlie Rebrandt. 3rd strikeout of the game, Charlie. Good job, buddy. And Dave Val. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. Last time up, cranked a 2-run home run to tie this ball game up. And that's a 31. This time it's down to Steitzer. Steitzer is going to be forced out, and hustling down the line, Dave Vale keeps it from a double play. But that is 2 outs. Mario Diaz, and he strikes out. Strikeout number 4 for Charlie Rebrandt. We go to the 8th inning, 6-2 KC, with Billy Buckner even getting a hit today. So everything's going right when Billy Buckner has a hit, batting a whole 167 on the season. He's actually, believe it or not, 2 for 3 in this game. 6-3. Let's see if he can get it out of the infield. Come on, Billy. 1-2. Oh, he got one down to left field. He's now 2 for 4. Mike McFarland, if you could do something, that would be nice. 45, and that's going to be a strikeout. Bill Pecota 1 for 2. And that looks like a nothing. So Bill Pecota, 45. It's going to be ground ball. That's a 1-2-3 inning if I've ever seen one. It's time for some shenanigans from Seattle, says Mr. Rear Admiral Quentin Parks. Yep, I wouldn't bet on it. Harold Reynolds, let's see. Come on, Charlie. Let's see if we can get through 8 innings. That would be amazing. 21, we got a rear play, and no error. As the roller goes to short, he possibly bobbles it. They roll an error check behind the scenes, and no error, so it's just going to be a ground out to short. So Stillwell makes the play. 1 away for Henry Cato. And he's going to walk, and that's going to be it for Charlie Rebrandt. Can't do anything to keep him in because he's officially tired. And if you roll anything with a bracket when you're tired, you have to be removed. You can turn that option off, but I always play with that option because I don't want to be accused of leaving somebody in when they should have been pulled. So I have been always doing that, and so I'm going to continue doing that because this way it's taken out of my control, right? Less I have to manage, the better it is, especially with the other team. Alvin Davis 1 for 3, runner at first, and that was a pretty good performance by Charlie Rebrandt. We'll check out his stats at the end of the outing here. So Steve Crawford is coming in, and that's going to be a single down the line, going to third. So runners at the corners, 1 away. Defense will play back, give up the run if they get a out here. 1-3, and no strikeout. Foul tipped out of the glove of McFarland. 4-3. It's going to be ground ball to short. You're going to try to score. Will the defense try for the out at home? No, they're going to go for the double play. You're going to score. You're going to be forced out at second. Fielder's choice. They got one out, but they gave up the run. Jay Bruner 0 for 3. And that is a 3-4. Wild. No, he doesn't throw many wild pitches. Good for you, Steve. Good for you. Error and a ground ball, possibly. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. And Stillwell throws an error as he cannot get that one. And that's going to be a 1-base error. So 2 on, 2 away now for Ken Griffey Jr. Each team with 1 error so far in this game. Ken Griffey, 3-4, and we go to another wild pitch. Fortunately, Steve Crawford does not throw very many. Thank God. 2-3, and oh my gosh, we go to a range play here. 41, it's a double to center field, and that's Jim Eisenreich. So the first number here is the range. So 1-4, he's going to make the play. He's going to take the double away from Ken Griffey Jr. If it's a 5 or 6, he's probably going to score 2 runs. It is a 6. God, he can't make it. It goes over his head. Oh my God. But fortunately, we rolled the 6 combo. So on the 6 combo, you roll the second dice. And on a roll base runner that is between 2 and 5, they are thrown out at the plate. So Jim Eisenreich can't make the play, turns around, cannon arms it from center field to McFarland. Trying to score is Bruner, who is thrown out. Outfield assist. Jim Eisenreich keeps the run from scoring and keeps this a 6-4 ball game going into the top of the 9th inning. Wowzy. More shenanigans going on there for sure. Jerry Reed pitching well for the Mariners. Kurt Stillwell 2 for 3. And Stillwell, he's going to fly ball to center field. Steitzer 1 for 4 with a double. 3-6. Steitzer 64. That's going to be a fly ball to center. I think I've said that a few times. 1-2, and we got a kingdom check here for George Brett. If he gets a home run check, I know. But the HR8s, HR, if he gets one of those, he's got a good shot against right-handers, 1-15. So that is a 4-6. No, it's a rare play. Well, the right fielder crashes in the wall, chasing a deep fly. Resolved as a D9 range play. Check for injury to the right fielder after the play. If the right fielder fails to make the play, the center fielder picks up the ball with a hitter attempting a triple. Resolve it like an S+8 with the play at third. Unsuccessful range play. Jane Brewer can't catch the ball. No injury check is made. Okay. So George Brett will actually stop at second as he does not make the roll to go to third. But he does get the double as Ken Griffey Jr. crashes into the wall trying to make the play, but cannot do it. So George Brett with the single. That brings up Bo Jackson 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts and an RBI. 6-4 Casey, top of 9. Big time for Mr. Primetime. But he's swinging at the Nietzsche and misses and goes down on strikes. That was, I believe, 3 strikeouts for Bo Jackson on the day. That brings up Jim Presley, Dave Vale, and Mario Diaz to face off against Crawford here in the 9th inning. They are 3 right-handers. Crawford is not effective, but he still has enough stamina that he will not have to go out with the double brackets. That's why it's a different color. So Jim Presley, 3-4 is another wild pitch, but nobody's on, so we can ignore that. That is a lot of times we rolled that 3-4. 2-5 as he strike out. Jim Presley down on strikes. Dave Vale 1 for 3 with the home run. Yeah, no sense in pitch hitting for him, the catcher. And, would have been nice. So nice. Just missed it. 8 is just outside the range, unfortunately. 26, that's going to be a single down the line. Steinzer cannot get it, and that's going to go for a base hit. Mario Diaz 2 for 3. Probably not going to be pulling him. Tying run is at the plate, and can just miss the strikeout by one number both times. It's a 61. That's going to be ground ball to Steinzer. Steinzer throws it to second. Down the line, Diaz hustling. Brett stretches not in time. Force out at second, and Harold Baines due up for. I'm sorry. Why do I keep calling him Harold Baines? Harold Reynolds is due up. I think he's 0 for 4 on the day. What options do they have in the? Anybody on the bench that might have hit some home runs? Greg, actually, let's go back here first. Let's see how many home runs. Yeah, he didn't hit any home runs at all. So let's see. Let's pull. Let's pull him. Put somebody in that has at least a shot. We know Greg Briley just played the last game, so we know he's around. So I don't know if Jeff Leonard might have been hurt at this point in the season. Actually, let me look at the actual, see if they played anybody. They played, actually, Greg Briley came into this game as a pinch hitter. So that sounds like a good option for us. Greg Briley is coming in this game because he did. And, I was just thinking that, and I didn't even know that until I looked it up. So I guess I'm starting to understand some of this baseball stuff now. He is a lefty as well. So how does he hit against right-handers? Home runs 1 to 14. Not bad. Do we pull Crawford? No, we'll let him go. 2 outs here. Tying run at the plate. 5-5. And 1 to 18 is an auto out against left-handers. That is exactly what we needed to roll. The question marks inside the brackets mean you go to this section of the card. The double stars, or it'll be an S1. So it can either be an auto out or an auto single. The double stars are auto outs. And so we click this because 1 to 18, 15 is between 1 to 18. And it's going to be ground ball to hit to Pagoda. Pagoda scoops it up, throws to Brett, and Kansas City is going to pull this one out here in the 4-game series against the Seattle Mariners. And what a ball game that ended up being. The win, believe it or not, goes to Charlie Liebrandt, 8-11 on the season. The loss, Brian Holman, 0 for 3. All 3 attempts are losses against the Royals. The home runs, none for Kansas City, and Dave Val for Seattle gets his first of the season against Kansas City. Again, the stats will only show up against the games that we actually played. Let's look at the game stats real quickly to see if there's anything that stands out. Kansas City only managed 9 hits, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, 1 stolen base by Bo Jackson, and an error by Kurt Stillwell. So they did not offensively perform great. Defensively they did, though. For your Seattle Mariners, 13 hits. 13 hits. They only had 1 double, no triples, a home run. They only had 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. You can thank Charlie Liebrandt for all that good stuff. They had 1 player that was trying to steal that was caught, and the 1 error on Darren Coles. Charlie Liebrandt, we wanted to check this out. 7 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and the home run. 5.0 ERA. Not horrible. I've seen him do a lot worse, so I would like better, but still 8-11 is not horrible. Loss goes to Holman, 6 2/3. He gave up 7 hits. 7 hits, but 6 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, which killed him, 6 strikeouts, and the 1 wild pitch, 7.58 ERA. Michael Jackson came in, did not help. Jerry Reed did close things down for the Kansas City offenses. He came in and pitched well. Steve Crawford came in and pitched an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 hits and 1 run, which was not earned, and the strikeouts. So the Royals in real life won this game 5-4 and improved to 70-53 on the season. We are 71-52, so we're 1 game better than they actually did in real life, and that is very impressive. So, everyone, that'll be it for our doubleheader. That was game number 122 and number 123. Due up for due up for Kansas City. They go back home and they play 4 games against the California Angels coming up. So if you guys want to come back for that sometime, we'll be doing the 4 games against the California Angels from 1989. So from the Kingdom here in Seattle, Washington, your final stat line goes the 1989 Kansas City Royals 6 runs on 9 hits and an error. The Seattle Mariners 4 runs, 13 hits and an error. The loss goes to Brian Holman. The win to Charlie Rebrandt. And that'll be it for me. Thanks to everyone for showing up. We have Robbie. We have Mr. Rear Admiral himself, Clinton Parks, Todd B., Al Red Sox fan, Espo Strat Baseball Network. See, did I miss anybody? Did I miss Bobby? Of course, was here. And I think that was about everybody. But if I missed your name, I apologize anyways. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming out.